Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gia, and I am here today to share with you some things that I've learned in my 26 years on this planet. So I just got back to Toronto, Canada, which is my home country where I was born. And I've been traveling for the last 6 months, so much has happened in my life. And it seems that I got back a few weeks before my birthday, and I was like, whoa, like I'm turning 26. Like, I feel like I'm still like 19. Like, a lot was coming up during my birthday. I was realizing that I've been holding on to some kind of like societal conditioning that like as a woman gets older, we lose a lot of our worth. But that's not true. That's like subconscious beliefs that they try to like ingrain into our mind at a young age, that we're only worthy during a certain time frame of our life. That's not true. Like, we get more wise, we get more powerful, we get more creative as we get older, and we're able to teach those that are younger as well to like step in their power and their worth. And that's why I'm here on this planet, and I'm honing that, and I'm taking that, and I'm moving forward with those beliefs, reframing and rewriting those stories for myself. So if it's your birthday and you're feeling depressed or anxious, just know that you are so worthy no matter what age you are. And society does not determine your worth, your power, and your sovereignty. So getting back to this video, I just wanted to share some things with you that I have learned in my 26 years on planet Earth. So if you're interested in knowing some things that I've learned in my 26 years in this lifetime, keep watching this video. So number one is, no one is going to show up for your dreams but you. So this is a beautiful quote, because as I get older, I realize that the only one that can truly wake up in the morning and write down my goals and do the work to manifest them and do the work to bring them into my reality is me. No one is gonna hold my hand and walk me through the process. And when I was a lot younger, I spent a lot of my life trying to seek external validation or trying to seek like external assistance to be able to reach my goals. Like, I would have certain partners that I knew would help me, or I would have certain friends that I knew would help me. And it's always good to keep people in your circle that have the same interests as you. But it's really important to realize that no one is truly going to show up for you but you. So if you have a goal, if you have a dream, if you have ambitions to do something, you need to make that happen, and you need to keep yourself accountable for those things. And it's always good to have assistance. It's always good to have someone to keep you accountable as well. But when it really comes down to it, you're the one that's going to regret those things if you don't put the work in to do them, or you don't become in alignment with what you want to attract, right? Because when we become in alignment and we start to show up as our fully embodied self, that is when we can attract our dreams, and that is when we can attract all of our desires and all the things that we wish for in this life. So it's a beautiful thing to remember that every single day, every choice that you make, every decision that you make should be for you. It should be to help you reach that goal or help you attain that dream, right? Like, that is what that choice should be leading towards. So it's good to take a step back and really see the bigger picture of things and think of like, what I am doing right now, is that helping me to reach that goal? Or is it hindering me and keeping me back, keeping me in a box? So that is something that has really helped me to stay in my power during my 26 years in this life, and definitely something that I've realized more this year than any other year of my life so far. Number two is, it doesn't get easier, but it does get a lot more exciting. And I know a lot of people could hear this and be like, what do you mean it doesn't get easier? Like, what do you mean? My life is always going to be chaotic and there's always going to be more responsibilities. And yes, like as you get older, naturally there are going to be more responsibilities that you have to take care of, that you have to tend to. But when you really see the root of things, you really see into the bigger picture of things, you see that those responsibilities are going to lead you to a place that's much bigger than you could have ever imagined, because you are putting the effort in to really building something that's bigger than yourself, that's bigger than what you've done before in the past. You are evolving, and as we evolve, we take on more responsibility. As we step into our highest self and our highest potential, we take on more responsibility. As we assist humanity with the work that we're doing, we take on more responsibility. But with that comes greater reward, and comes like so much more gratitude for what we do receive, because there's so much more excitement as we get older. Also, because we start to really become so much more independent. A lot of us, we leave our homes, we leave our families, we leave our friends. Some of us travel or move away to a different country or pursue a new job or career. And we start to really grow and expand and see past any limiting beliefs that once held us back, because we realize that, I'm getting older and who knows when I'm gonna go? Life is what I make it. The time is now for me to show up for myself. So a lot of people start to take more risks as we get older. We can do that at a younger age as well, but I realize that a lot of people around me, they're like, okay, like I'm 30 now, and now is the time for me to really start showing up for my dreams, showing up for myself, and really pursuing that thing or taking that trip, right? And with that comes more responsibility, but also comes so much more excitement. It's all about the journey, right? It's all about the journey to get where you want to be. And that journey is so exciting. It's full of ups and downs, it's full of good and bad. But in the gist of things, it is exciting, it's fun, and you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Straight up, that is the quote for life. It is real. And I want you to take that with you and really believe that everything that you're going through right now, even if it's hard, the polarity of that is going to be something so much more beautiful and profound and gratifying on the other side. So just know the good does come, even if you are in a not so good time right now. Number 3 is always enjoy the becoming and the small moments in between. And a lot of these quotes and things I've learned kind of correlate in together and kind of just like relate to each other as we like grow and become our highest version. We need to realize that we're never gonna reach our fullest potential. Like no one ever reaches their fullest embodiment. Like we just have to believe that we are in that embodiment right now. We have already reached that culmination point. And that is something very, very powerful, because enjoying the journey that we go on in life and all of the little steps that it takes to get there, that it takes to get to where we want to be, that is what we are going to remember. That is what we are truly going to enjoy. And that's what's going to teach us the most and help us evolve the most. If we just snapped our fingers and we had the life of our dreams, had everything we ever wanted, knew everything we've ever wanted to know, and just had everything, there wouldn't be any space for expansion, growth, and polarity in our life. Life is all about polarity. It is the natural cycle of life to have polarity, and it never really ends. We keep going, we keep evolving, and there's never gonna be one point in your life where it's like, you know what, that's it. I have everything I've ever wanted and this is it. There's always gonna be room for growth and expansion. So it's so important for us to remember to enjoy the journey, because that is the best part. The steps that it takes to get where we want to be, and all the moments in between, us truly embodying and becoming our highest version, our highest potential, that is what is the most exciting and liberating. The fourth thing I've learned is health is truly wealth, and it should always be put first. This is something that I learned time and time again. As we get older, and a lot of us experience health issues, maybe even younger in our life, it's important to make our health a priority. And by health, I mean mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, all aspects of us. We are a whole being, we are holistic. So taking a more holistic approach to our health as we get older is very important, because as we continue our healing journey, or some of us even just start our healing journey as we get older, we realize that there's so many parts of us that are interconnected. Every part of us is interconnected. So tending to the physical health, watching what you're eating and being conscious of the food that you consume, drinking clean water, right? Filling your body with high vibrational foods that work for your body, that make your body feel good, and connecting with people around you, like holistic practitioners, doing acupuncture, doing massage, practicing yoga, having a practice for each of those pillars of your health, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, is super important for us to have a holistic approach to our health, and also to just improve our longevity in this lifetime. We're gonna live a way more fulfilling life if we focus on our health, and we just tend to our health and maintain our health, and always be conscious of what we are consuming and how we're treating our bodies, because that's a direct reflection of what's going on in our mind and also our emotions. So seeking out therapies that help you to release what you need to in the mind, and to connect deeply to the emotions, and also release any emotions that you need to, is super, super healing and healthy, especially as we get older. We hold so many memories within the body as well, and a lot of trauma within the body, and just emotion. So having a movement practice like yoga, stretching, working out, any of these things is super important as we get older, especially to improve our muscle mass, and to strengthen our bones, strengthen our joints, and for our overall health. So that is a big one. So my fifth thing that I've learned by 26 is, if people give you 50% and you give them 100%, let them go. Okay? It's okay to let people go in your life. And this does not have to be dramatic. This does not have to be conflicting. This just can be very, very harmonious. As you evolve in your life and as you grow, certain people may not evolve and grow with you. And that does not mean that they're not growing in their own way. They just might be growing in a different direction. So send them love, send them compassion, and release them from your field. If they are not giving you any energy, or not really contributing at all in the relationship that you have with them, they don't really care about your friendship, or they're just really focused on themselves at that time, just leave them alone, let them be. Don't put your energy into people that aren't giving you anything back, right? And that could be the situation, or it could also be that you have people in your life that are toxic and that are sucking your energy, and you're giving too much to them, and it may feel like they're giving something back to you, but the truth is they're actually kind of just sucking your energy and taking away from your life force energy. You feel depleted after you hang out with them, or you feel like they're always gossiping, or they're just not in a vibrational alignment with you anymore. let them go. And you can do that in a very compassionate, loving way, right? Sometimes that can be the hardest thing to do, as sometimes we attach to people in our lives because they provide us with comfort or security. But when we start to release those people from our life, we make room for new connections with people that are in full alignment with us at this time. As we grow and evolve in life, we need to meet people where they're at. And if those people are not where you're at, it's okay to let them go. This is definitely something that was hard for me to learn, but once I started to really implement it into my life and set more boundaries, my life changed drastically, and I really welcomed in my soul fam. So number 6 is, I do not let people's opinions of me define me nor concern me. And this is a beautiful thing that I've learned, because when you realize that you play a different character in every single person's story, you are seen as a different person in every single person's mind that has ever met you. So it's okay if people judge you, because everyone's gonna judge you from what they see of you and their perception of you. And if that's a good perception or not, that does not define you. You define who you are, and you define what character you play in your own story. I know that I'm showing up as the main character in my story from now on, and no one's perception of me is going to hinder that or change that, because that is my life and I know who I am in all aspects, right? So everyone around you that is gonna judge you or try to put you in a box or tell you who you are, that's fine. They have their own perception of you, but that doesn't concern you. That's their life, that's their perception. Who you are, you define who you are. So just remember that, okay? Because sometimes, especially from like social media and stuff, people can see you as this like one type of person. They can meet you and be like, you're this person and you do this and that's who you are. And it's like, thank you so much for sharing that. And I honor your perception of me, but that's not who I am, you know? That's maybe like one thing I do or how I show up online, but I'm a multifaceted being. My soul is expansive and infinite and everlasting, and there's so many parts of me that you don't fully understand or know because you don't live my own human experience. So when we start to understand that, we open a door to releasing kind of like judgment for how other people judge you and also seeing like more compassion within that. And then also for you to always show up as your fully embodied self, because you know who you are, right? And you know what you stand for, and that is what matters. So my 7th and last thing that I've learned in my 26 years on this earth, well, I mean, I've learned so many things, but these are 7 things I've learned, is living with integrity and purpose will always lead to fulfillment. When we start to really understand what our purpose is in this life, we start to really live with more integrity for who we are, how we show up, and how we help humanity evolve. Having integrity and purpose and intention behind the words that you speak, behind your actions, that is the most powerful thing in this life. Showing up for yourself and others with integrity is something that is rare. It is something that you really, really have to commit to. And when you start to understand more about what your purpose is in this life, and that just doesn't have to be one thing, it could be many different things that you identify with, that is when you start to really understand who you are and what your message is and why you're here. And that can be ever changing. But if you show up with integrity for that purpose, for what you want to say and how you want to say it and how you want to really embody that, That is something that is so beautiful because other people see that, other people feel that. And purpose is so important. If we really live with a purpose to, help humanity through living more sustainably, other people are influenced by that. It is helping humanity to see a new way of living that will actually help all of nature, help all of humanity, and help us to live more harmoniously with each other and all living things. And that is a beautiful purpose. If your purpose is to make art and to share your art with the world, showing up for that every day with integrity and really letting the world see that and feel that, that is one of the most beautiful things. Having some kind of purpose in your life that is beyond just working a 9 to 5, taking care of your family, like just doing things that like we just have to do as humans because it's just like how we are, is our human nature. Having a bigger purpose that connects us deeply to our soul, having a bigger purpose in this life, that is something that is so profound, and that is something that will really help to shape and change humanity and help us to evolve as a human species and as an earth, right? Like help the earth evolve in a way where we can live more harmoniously and we can live with more integrity and more creativity and more love and peace on this earth. Like showing up with purpose and intention for more than just making money, for more than just meeting your basic needs. If you can, if you have that privilege to be able to really show up with that purpose and share your message, do that, because that is how you're going to feel fulfilled every single time you go to bed every single night. If you show up with purpose and integrity in your life every single day, you're going to feel amazing by the end of the day because you're going to realize that you helped humanity see your own perception and you showed up for that day, and that is something that is priceless. So thank you so much for watching this video on some things that I learned in my 26 years in this life on this earth. If you resonate with these things, or if you have anything to share, feel free to write it down in the comment section down below. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Bye.